Hi, thank you so much for your interest in becoming a tutor with us. The first step of the application process is to create your profile. Your profile is really important as this is what students will see when searching for tutors, and in this video I'm going to go through a few tips that are really useful to know about when creating your profile.
In order to create your profile, you will just need to complete all the sections of the profile information part of your account. This can be accessed by going to the Profile tab and clicking the Back to Editor button in the top right hand corner. Your tagline should be a short, snappy line to quickly describe yourself to students, as this is what they'll first see of you when going through search results. It's important to make a good first impression and grab their attention, so do spend some time on this. When it comes to your price, most tutors charge between £15 to £35 per hour for lessons. However, it's ultimately your choice. We'd recommend that if you maybe have less experience, it's best to start with a slightly lower rate between £15 to £20 per hour. However, if you do have a few years experience, you may want to charge between £30 to £35. It's important to not price yourself out of the market, so it's worth doing some research and maybe having a look at some of our current tutors to see what they're charging. When setting your rate, do have a look at the platform fee calculator to see how much you'll earn and make sure you set your rate at a price you're happy with. Your bio is one of the main sections of your profile that can really make you stand out when compared to other tutors, so it's worth spending some time on this section. The best bios describe why you're qualified to teach the subjects that you've chosen and outline your tutoring experience. It's also really good to go over your teaching style, describe to students what your lessons will look like, and if you set any homework or do assessments, as this can really differentiate you. It needs to be a minimum of 750 characters, and you can't include any contact details or website links. Students will be able to send you a message through the site to inquire. We'll automatically take the first section of your long bio and use it as your short one, so you don't have to add it in. However, if you'd like to, this can be a good way to provide students with a concise summary of why you'd be a great tutor. This can be a maximum of 250 characters. Your profile picture needs to be a clear colour image of you by yourself, and whilst there may be fun, we ask that you don't upload pictures with any filters on. It's best to use a professional picture, however it doesn't need to be a passport image. Please do smile. It's really important to list your qualifications on your profile, as it allows students to easily see that you've got the required knowledge to help them. You can add in degrees, A-levels, and for any qualifications that don't fit, just pop them in the other section. When it comes to choosing your subjects, we found that students respond best to tutors who don't offer every single subject on the site, but are rather really focused on the subjects that they have the most knowledge in. Generally, we ask that you have a qualification a level above that which you want to teach. So for example, if you'd like to teach English GCSE, we'd ask that you have an English A-level. With that being said, if you do have experience tutoring a particular subject and level that isn't reflected in your qualifications, you'll just need to explain this in your bio. Your teaching preferences are where you can choose how you'll tutor students. You can select either online or online and in person. If you do select to teach in-person lessons as well as online, you'll also need to set your travel radius to let students know how far you can go for lessons. If you have an enhanced DBS, Access NI or PVG certificate from the last 2 years, please do upload them here. We just need an image of the first page of the certificate, and if you're on the update service, you can put those details in as well. You'll just need to click this button and then pop in your certificate number, last name and date of birth, so we can then check this on the update service. If you're a qualified teacher, you can add in your Qts status here. There are a number of options you can select depending on your qualification, and this can really stand out to prospective students and parents, so I definitely recommend adding it in here if you are a teacher. You're able to update your availability as much as needed, so as your availability changes over time, you'll just need to change it here. This just makes sure that students know when you're available to teach them and cuts down on the amount of time spent messaging backwards and forward to find a suitable date for lessons. Once you've completed your profile, the next stage of the application is to add in your ID and references. In order to comply with money laundering regulations, we do need to see an image of your identification and have proof of your billing address. You can upload the documents by completing this form, and the best form of ID to upload is a driving license. If the address on your driving license is the same as your billing address, you can use the same ID to verify both your identity and address at the same time. If you don't have a driving license, don't worry. You can upload a passport and either a bill, bank statement, or government issued letter from the last 3 months. The ID can take a little bit of time to go through the verification process, so you can move on to the next step whilst it processes. Once it then goes through, we'll send you an email to let you know. In order to set your profile live, we will need to have 2 references sent to us in support of your application. In order to add in the details of your referees, you can just go to this section and add in their name, email address, and your relationship to the referee. And once you do so, we'll send them an email with a reference form to complete. We aren't able to accept references from relatives, and we ideally would like a reference from someone who is able to comment on your teaching ability.
Now that you've completed your profile, it will come to us for review. It's really important to make sure you're happy with your application before you do submit it to us, as it may be rejected if it doesn't meet our expectations. Once we've had a look, we'll then contact you to let you know the status of your application. We may email you if we do need you to make any changes. However, if not, we may then proceed to the next step of the process, which is to attend a one-to-one interview. If you do have any questions in the meantime, do feel free to get in touch with our customer success team. You can call us on 0114 383 0989 or email us on support@tutorful.co.uk. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope your application goes well.